Hey guys, welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh-ish video or discussion or whatever it's called. And today we're talking about how the Subterror and Spiral Link monsters actually are leaked now, and we have the identities of them, their effects, and everything. So I'm going to start off with the spirals. I'm going to put a link down below into where the Subterror start of it is, in case you don't care about me talking about the spirals. So yeah, let's get into this. So let's look at the picture. Sorry that it isn't going to be too grand. It looks actually pretty nice in my opinion. It's got, I think that, yeah, that is Agent. Looks like a younger Agent maybe. I can't really tell. Probably a younger Agent, or maybe that's tough. Either way, it looks really nice. And as you can see, you got Sleeper back there, and it looks like they're being all friendly and everything before Sleeper just went all crazy and shit. And yeah, so now let's actually talk about him. His name is going to be Spiral Double Helix. Well, the Double Helix. So that probably means like Sleeper and Agent were a team before, and yeah. And he is a Link to Earth Warrior Link effect monster. His attack is 1900, like I said it would be, because there's a stipulation with all Spiral monsters that are counted as Super Agent. They are going to be 1900 attack. Uh, his links are left and bottom, so that's actually really nice to have, since some link monsters that are only pointing down or somewhere of that type of sorts are not too grand to actually summon uh, into the main monster zones. But this one actually is really nice too, which makes me pretty happy. And its materials are two spiral monsters, so Koi was right about that. It is two link, not two link, it's two monsters, so two links. Well, a link 2 instead of just a link 1 like I thought it might be, unfortunately. Uh, and you can only use its second effect once per turn, so that means it's a hard once per turn, which isn't too grand. Alright, so let's get into it. His first one is he's kind of super agent while on field or engraved, so that's of course pretty nice. His second effect is you can, you can declare one card type, monster spells, or trap. Reveal the top card of your opponent's deck. If you do, and it is that card of that type, take one spiral monster from your deck or graveyard and either add it to your hand or special summon it to the zone that it points to. So that's actually a really nice effect, because especially a spiral from deck has been unheard of so far in the deck, because no card in spirals has actually specialed one from deck except fully armed, and getting fully armed oh, and sleeper. I forgot about that one. Actually, fully armed only summons from grave. I'm sorry about that. The only one that actually summons from deck is sleeper. And as you know, you kinda don't want that effect to go off, because that means he got destroyed and took your whole field with him. But this is a really safe one, and it's very easy to make if you ever play spirals, because all you have to do is special agent and then normal or spiral and you got him. Like, I've already seen a combo video that somebody made about this card, where he ended off with this crazy field of just extra linking the opponent, plus having a Firewall Dragon, a Decode Talker, and even some agent stuff, and just like, wow. I can't believe he pulled all that off in just Spiral. And this is quite surprising that some people are getting into spirals now because of just this card. And seeing its effect, it's actually really not bad, because being able to add from the graveyard is actually really nice as well, because the only other one that actually did that was it was the good continuous, it was the good trap spiral mission, not recapture. Uh, Rescue, that's what it is. Sorry, I can't remember their names for some reason now, but Rescue was the only one to add back from the grave, so that's really nice to have an effect like that. And adding from deck is also nice, so then you don't have to waste your resort. And being able to special it, of course, is amazing. You could also technically use this to search a what's his name, sleeper, and add to your hand, and then special him. So yeah, or you could add a spiral gear that you needed, like drone or last resort, since those are monsters. And you could also search a quick fix and then discard the quick fix for another one, and then go off with the quick fix combo. And yeah, there's a lot of good combos that you can start off with this guy. And yeah, and also he actually makes it easier to use oh, what's her name? I think her name's Master Plan. I think that's her name. Because she usually is never seen in the deck, because simply put, she's a level 7, and in spirals it's really hard to bring her out. And since her effect is actually really good and her defense is good, it is really nice to run her. But you need to get her in grave so you can big red her back, or use Rescue's effect to bring her back. And until the grass build, there really wasn't a way to really use her. And since grass got hit, it's not really useful to run her. Even in the light swarm build that I've been playing, it wouldn't be worth it, because drawing her is typically just deadly. But seeing this, you could play her at 1 and actually special her from deck and actually use her effect. That's one thing that the combo did. It specialed her and then used her to link summon. So yeah. And now let's get into this new Subterror monster. And like I said, his attack isn't going to be 44. So his name is Subterror Behemoth Apparition. I think that's what it is. Let's take a look at his art. I haven't actually seen his art yet, and I think he actually looks pretty nice, in my opinion. I don't know about you Subterror players, but yeah, he actually looks nice in my opinion. Now let's take a look at the rest of his stats. He is a Link to Earthworm Link Effect monster. Are all Subterror's worms? Oh, that's a Japanese version. Ooh, I'm going to have to take a look at that, because I'm pretty sure they aren't worms. I don't know about that. Huh. And his attack is 2,000, which is pretty good. His links are bottom left and bottom right. So, yeah. Basically, if you add another one, he could be basically Decode Talker, because Decode Talker is 3 and points at bottom left, bottom right, and 1 up. His materials are 2 flip monsters, which actually is really nice, because then you could basically do that with Shadows if you really wanted to. And you can only use his second effect once per turn. And his first effect is this card gains 100 attack times the total original levels of its Subterror monster link materials. So basically, if you use 2 level 12s, you can get them up to the 44 that they were talking about. I don't even know if Subterrors have a level 12. Actually, is it that gold guy? I thought he was a level 11. Huh. Um, next, the next effect is, you can activate this effect. Send one flip monster from your deck to the graveyard. If you do, special summon one monster from your hand to a zone this card points to in face down defense position. So, sending a flip monster from your deck to the grave. Okay. I mean, there aren't. I don't know if there's any Subterrors that like to be engraved, because I believe only the behemoths are the flips. I mean, you could send a Shadow. That's the best thing that I can think of in that situation. And then special one from your hand to its zone that points to face down defense. That's actually really nice, especially in face down defense. But I don't know if it did special in face up defense or just face up attack. I don't know if that would be too bad either, since you could technically just use their effect to flip them face down and then special a bunch more from hand. So yeah. Once per turn, if a monster is once per turn, if a monster this card points to is flip face up, add one flip monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. I think that's actually a really good effect, since if you flip up one of your monsters, you could add a behemoth from your deck to your hand and activate that monster's effect. Flip it face down, special the behemoth. Flip that one face down and keep going. So yeah, that could be really nice. And it seems that Japan and the other OCG places are also getting these guys in the OCG now, so they get to test out spirals, and Subterror. So maybe they could. Who am I kidding? I was gonna say maybe they could become meta over there, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Probably not, since the TCG exclusives really weren't too strong. But then again, they were released like right before Zoo, and yeah, we didn't have enough support to actually become good. And then Zoo was released, and basically nothing could beat that except true Dracos. So yeah, so I mean, that's about it for this video. I don't really know much of how the Subterror thing could help. Um, Seeing that it takes two flip monsters, again, that could be an issue for Subterrors to actually get their monster out. Because, from what I've seen with Subterrors, they have a really bad time actually getting their flip monsters out. That should have just been a generic, in my opinion. Because if it was a generic, then you could use a archer and a warrior and make it, but yeah. So it'll probably take them, I'd say, like a turn or two to actually get this guy out. So yeah. I mean, I think with Hidden City, you might be able to get it out a lot quicker. So yeah, but that's about all I gotta say. So if you guys like this, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more from us at MGK Studios. With that, bye-bye.